my God, am I supposed to be here right now? Look at this. Swatcat Stadium, baby. Today we're at the old Thursday market. Somebody parked their little electro golf cart there. There's amulet shops in here. There's military surplus stuff for sale in here. Tons of food. And there's usually a kid in here plucking away on his tai pin, which is a stringed instrument that sounds really cool. I'm thinking about getting one. Let's go. Tons of veggies. Nè mấy ảo. Hả? Lạp bà đồ.มันกระโดดนะสวัสดีครับสวัสดีครับลาบให้ยาย2 ถุงแม่ไม่มีลิ้นฟ้าบอลิ้นฟ้าหน้ามดหนามเนี่ยลูกจ้าไปกินแล้วแกไปกินกับข้าวเหนียวไม่มีหรอSounds of grapes. ใครมามีผลดอกไม้ไง20 คนค่ะจ้านี่ดูต้นหอมจะไม่ซื้อเอาไหมเอาไปเอารับไปเลยเอาไปรับหมูใช่ไหมอันนี้รับหมูใช่ไหมคะอันนั้นรับไก่อันนี้หมูมะนาวรับปูอันนี้ชิคเก้นรับไก่เอาไหมเอารับไก่แล้วนี่ก็รับปูเอารับปูรับไก่นี่ดูมาแบบนี้2 อันเดียวเหรอแล้วก็ดิกกี้ไลท์เหรอเดียวพอ1ข้าวเหนียว10 บาทเนาะมีบอกเอาข้าวเหนียว2 These were so good they came back to buy the rest. 3 ถุงก็ขีดSuper busy today. I think there were a lot more vendors this week than there have been in previous weeks. We haven't been in a few though. ปลาลงอุ้ยจะมาซื้อแต่หวยบอกได้รับโชคใหญ่ค่ะได้หมดแล้ว6 ใบแล้วโชคดีไหมเท่าไหร่600ตอนมันตุ่นแป๊บเดียวจะหายแวบหายแวบเลยอันนี้พี่จะไม่หายแวบอีกแล้ว So I think all the clothing vendors and stuff like that, I think we're about the same. But the food vendors, it looked like there were about twice as many this week than there was last time we came. Maybe it's been 2 or 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago we might have actually come, I can't remember. But it's a good time in there. Last time we went I walked by this, it was like an amulet vendor, and they had like this mat just kind of laid out on the ground, and then just a massive pile of amulets, and they might do amulet repair too, but amulets are huge here. You know, blessings, good luck, good fortune, things of that nature, protection from puncture wounds, gunshots, There are amulets that are specialized for just about everything. Most of them Buddha related though. And they'll feature famous Buddhist monks, maybe the Buddha himself, maybe deities from the Hindu pantheon. But we're gonna ease back over to the shop, I reckon. Yeah, so I'm sitting outside of the pool right now, and it's kind of busy over here today. They've got all the banners that are set up. I'll spin you around here in a second and show you. They've got the flags from all the ASEAN countries posted up and down the boulevard here. And tents everywhere. Signs for parking. There's food stalls that are kind of getting installed right now. I think tomorrow for my morning walk, maybe this is where I come instead of just strolling around the village. I think I'll come over here and bring the old GoPro with me just so you can kind of see a little bit more. And maybe I'll walk around a little bit today. It's not too terribly hot, and I know wifey's going to be getting her nails done for like 3 hours. Tops and bottoms, fingers and toes. But let me stroll up here and see if they've got a sign posted, and I might even be able to get a schedule for all the events that are happening this week. If not, I'll just find one online. But there's a sign right here, yeah. Thailand Aquatic Center, Para Swimming, Wainam. Yeah, Wainam is just that's how you say swimming in Thai. Yeah, Wainam. Yep. Okay. Cool. Let me stroll over here real quick. Literally just walked in. This is the closest I've ever been to the pool. Oh, let's see what it looks like. Oh, this is set up nice. Pretty good. There's a lady in there cleaning, and I didn't want to be in her way. So I just asked her, I said, hey, you know, next week is special. I said, next week's a special week. She said, yes. I said, well, on a normal week, what time does the pool open, and does it open every day? She said, yes, at 8 o'clock. So 8 in the morning every day. Well, I guess Monday through Friday anyway, but I'll check that out after next week once the Olympics are done. You know, on second thought, it's pretty damn hot today. But I think I will take a quick cruise around. At least want to show you the main road coming in. Oh, that takes you off of the 304 into the stadium. I think sounds sexy when I start it, don't it? But anyway, yeah, I think we head down here, and then I can bang either a right or a left. If I go left, I think it takes me to another traffic circle. I've been out here walking before. Pretty scenic place. But again, I think I'll come tomorrow morning, and this be my morning routine for mañana. So, yeah, just beautiful out here. Flags everywhere. Everything's cleaned up. Last time I came, man, this aquatic center over here. Is natatorium a real word? Did I just like have that from growing up? That's what we called it when we would go swimming at the University of Southern Mississippi. That sounds right to me. But the aquatic center here, it was looking pretty rough a few months back when I came, when we first moved. I tried to come see what time they were open, and it looked like there were folks in there training for something, but it was pretty hush-hush and all the gates were closed and I couldn't get in. And the outside was just not looking great. There was like you could tell where some pull-up bars had been placed in between some of the pillars, but they had been like ripped off on one side, or just needed some paint. But they have freshly painted this place up, and it's really shining right now. It looks good. I hope it stays in this condition for a while. Maybe it's just like when the Paralympics come around to Korat, they spruce it up. I don't know. Anyway, Korat's getting a lot of attention. That's cool. But in kind of bad ways here. So yesterday, the day before, was it yesterday? It might have been the day before yesterday. There's a lot of construction for the high-speed rail that's going to run from way up in the northeast, maybe even like Luang Prabang in Laos, all the way down to Bangkok, and I think further south. It may run all the way into Malaysia. I haven't kept up with that in a long time. But the construction for that stuff has been just slow rolled for years and years and years, and it's like those pillars just became a regional modern art attraction because it was like the road to nowhere, just pillars up with nothing on top. But anyway, a crane fell. Again, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, but a crane fell onto the tracks that were directly beneath it. And so I'm not an engineer, so I don't know why you would design it to where those big, are they called trusses? I don't know, but those big supports that look kind of like an H. Why would the old train system run directly underneath that? Is that just so it's easier to replace and move it off into antiquity once it's done? I'm not sure. But a crane fell onto the tracks, and then a train that was en route from Bangkok up to either Udon Thani or Ubon Ratchathani, and the train hit it, and it killed upwards of, I think, 30 something people and injured a lot more. But yeah, I think that was the day before yesterday, because yesterday is when a similar incident happened somewhere down closer to Bangkok, and a construction crane, which I think was the same company, fell or collapsed and crushed a vehicle, if not two. But I think it was 2 occupants in one vehicle that were killed, and that's never good, right? If that was the same company, then a third event from that same company would have been working on the one building that collapsed way back. I think it was in September when there was an earthquake in Myanmar, or Burma if you're older. But and it was the only building that collapsed in Bangkok. But I think it was a joint venture between that same company and a company from China. But don't quote me on that. Yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling, and I'm gonna stroll around here a bit. Well, I hope I'm okay to park right here. Place is all decorated up. So this is a driving range out here that's closed right now, but you used to be able to come out here at night and drive your balls right out into the, I don't know if they were all glow in the dark or what, but drive them right out into the lake, which sounds really cool, and it sounds like something that I need, because I suck at golf. Yeah, that's cool. Really cool, and I don't want to get in this guy's way. But what I think I'm gonna do is jump back on the interior road over here and see if I can get inside the stadium where the Swatcats play. And they've got more decorations going up right now here across the street. Feels all festive, like the fair's coming to town. So I'm not at the main entrance. I cruised down the way because it looked like the gates were closed. But ramp 3 here is wide open. Directly in front of me is like staff parking and officials, and there's like a gate that's put up, and they're checking parking passes or something. They probably would have just let me through. But I think I'm gonna pop my head in right here and see if I can just take a few photos of the stadium while it's empty. I don't know. I guess they'll just tell me no. Worst case, I don't think they'll take my visa from me. But let's pop in here. Oh my God, am I supposed to be here right now? Look at this. Swatcats Stadium, baby.
เพื่อนๆอีก80คนถึง100คนจะพอเดือดร้อนไปด้วยต้องรบกวนน้องๆหน่อยนะครับน้องๆ2คนที่มาชื่ออะไรครับพี่จีอีกคนชื่ออะไรครับตบมือให้น้องจีจี้กับน้องสายดูด้านหลังครับหวังว่าพวกเราทุกคนคงจะพร้อมเพรียงในลูกน้ำไม่ขาดนะครับขอบพระคุณมากๆเลยเพราะว่างานนี้ก็
No, maybe wifey ought to go get her nails done more often. I just go off on these little side quests and just poke my head into the most random places around Korat. Tick loves this Italian seasoning stuff because she makes like a pasta salad with it. But my folks sent this, oh my God, I don't know, second week of December. Good Lord. There's a ton of them in there. But they don't have it here. You can't find these in Thailand. Well, I take that back. You can find these on, what's the marketplace that's online? Tops? Not Tops. I think it's a different market. But they are like over 1,000 baht a piece for one of these, so well over $30, maybe even 2,000. So you're talking between 30 and 60 bucks to get one of these. Maybe a set of two, but they're the smaller bottles. They're about half this size. So they sent over a ton of these. So appreciate it. Love you, Mom and Dad. Thanks. And I will give these to Tick when she gets home. No, but what I was going to say is those things went around the world. So they started their journey in Mississippi, and all was cool. And I think it went to like an international hub, maybe Chicago or somewhere. I'd have to pull up the tracking to get the specifics. But then it somehow went into Canada. And I was like, well, maybe that's kind of like a USPS routing thing they have going on right now because some flight shortages or something. Maybe they lump it all in with flights leaving Toronto or somewhere. I don't think that's the case. Because it floated around Mississauga? Is that how you say it? So I didn't know if someone saw the label, the MS on the label, and assumed that Mississippi and Mississauga were the same place, but that's where it went to in Canada. After going around the States, I think it went Mississippi, Miami, and then maybe Chicago. I'd have to look again, though. But it went 2 or 3 different places in Canada, too, and made it to Toronto. And then it came back. And I don't know if it was Chicago it hit before going to Los Angeles, but it somehow hit Los Angeles. And I was like, okay, it's back in kind of the right country. It's back in the origin country. And now it's at least headed in the right direction. So then it took off and it landed in Bangkok. And this is over 4 weeks ago, I think. And then from Bangkok to get up here, I think 2, maybe 3 days, because it's got a few places it's got to hit along the way, and it goes to a big distribution hub. Laxi, I think is what it's called, which is probably down closer to Bangkok. I'm not real sure. But then it made it to Korat yesterday, and then I checked it again this morning, and it said out for delivery. And out for delivery, I didn't know if that meant going to the local post office here in town, like the main hub here in Korat, or if it was actually going to come to the house. But it did come to the house, and we also got some kind of notice in the mail. So I don't know if we have to go pay any duties or anything on it. Last time I ordered a few wallets that got sent over, and I had to pick that up at the post office, but I had to take my passport, and they had to document all that stuff, who I was, what I was getting, and whether or not I paid the fees. And I did. And it was like 30-ish bucks. But 30-ish bucks on like $180 worth of wallets that I gave for gifts and stuff, so I don't think that was too bad. But if you're shipping anything over, just be prepared to pay some kind of fee when you get it. Cool. Later. wife's laughing at me. She doesn't think this is entertaining at all to walk through all these little stalls and stuff, but this is entertaining to me. I don't know. Just stalls galore. Which way you want to head? You want to head this way? This cool shirt my baby's got on. Munchy Chi. Get you some denim.
100 baht.
Mm-hmm. Half off. They start off 180. And when they cut them in half, they sell them for 100. A little bit of this and that. Tons of pajamas. What's this guy's name? Crayon?
Which one?
This guy, right here.
Xinjiang.
Crayon Xinjiang.
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 Chop me. Baby got her some sai ua, which is an herby sausage. That's a northern Thai thing, I do believe. I got a
Not too good.
kapow mukrap, not too good. Kapow mukrap. We got some sai kok isan, the more regular kind. And I think that's it. And I didn't film too much of the stalls in there because it was like more and more of the same stuff. But anywho, we're gonna scoot on to the house and we'll catch up with you in a bit. So I've kind of already halfway destroyed this, but this is a kapow mukrap. Mukrap is this crispy pork, and then underneath is just like regular kapow. But someone on, look at these new nails. Baby got these beautiful nails done, fancy. Stealing my food. So good, huh? But this dish doesn't get the attention that it deserves, you know. White people come to Thailand and get pad thai or, you know, something else. Pad kapow, in its like most basic form, is probably the most widely served dish in Thailand. And I stand beside that.